Hello, welcome to Kasey's Kitchen. Tonight I'm making infused oils using dried herbs. You can use either dried or fresh herbs. I'm using the dried herbs because I had some herbs in my cupboard that were getting ready to expire, and this is a great way to use them without having to throw them away, so no waste. I'm making at the moment a thyme infused oil, and I've begun already, and I'm using grapeseed oil. And grapeseed is a wonderful oil to use when you're going to be cooking. It has a high flash point, high burn point, so it's really nice to cook with. It holds on to all of its properties, its healing properties, its nutritional properties. While it's cooking, it's good up to 400 degrees. And when I add it to the thyme, one thing that I really like to do with this oil is to bathe a chicken, like if I'm going to use a whole chicken or even a turkey, and you can bathe the turkey or the chicken in this oil infused with thyme before you bake it, and it makes a lovely crust. It browns the skin really well, and it gives it a wonderful flavor. So how we do this is we fill the jar at least halfway, this one's a little bit more, at least halfway up with the herb, the dried herb. You add a little bit of the oil, and then you take a tool. I use a wooden chopstick that I got from takeout, and you blend the herb and the oil. And it's really important to be sure that all of the herb is saturated with the oil, because if not, you can get some clumps in there where the oil, the herbs are dry and it doesn't work. So you're going to need 2 funnels, one for the herb to get it into the jar and one for the oil. So the grapeseed oil I like to use is cold pressed. Any oil that you're buying that you're going to be cooking or consuming should be cold pressed. If an oil is not cold pressed, that means that they heat it and it loses nearly all of its nutritional properties. One thing that I really like about grapeseed oil is it contains a lot of nutritional properties that are healthy for us. It has a lot of antioxidants, and it is also polyunsaturated oil, which is very good for your heart. I use grapeseed oil a lot in my aromatherapy because it's a wonderful, it makes for a wonderful massage oil because it's not too sticky, it's not too slippery, it's an astringent, so it's nice for kind of drawing the skin. It really works well also for helping to lighten age spots on the skin. It's a wonderful, wonderful oil. So you have to do this a little bit at a time. So you add a little bit of oil and then you go back to your mixing. This is what takes the longest, but it's a very important step, so please don't skip it. Make sure that all of your oil is covering all of your herbs. And then to finish off, you want to fill the container all the way to the top, being sure that the herb is completely covered. And once that's done, you can mix it a little bit again and then seal the top. And you can leave dried herbs in a container for 4 to 6 weeks. And you will then, when it's finished, you'll filter it out using a cheesecloth and a fine mesh filter. And you'll pour the herb, this herb with the oil, into the container. Let it filter out into another glass jar, and once you've done that, you can put the oil back into a beautiful container. I like to use this same jar, again, which I got here from IKEA for about 25 dirhams. And once it's finished, you can put a sprig, a small sprig of the fresh herb into the oil. It looks really lovely, but you have to be sure that it's completely covered. And then once it's done, you'll store it in a dry, cool place. Sun is not helpful. A lot of people like to put their infused oils into an amber bottle, but I generally use mine up pretty quickly, so that's not going to be an issue for me. The amber keeps the oil from the light, so light is not healthy for oils, not any essential oils, and also not for your infused oils that you're going to be cooking with. Also, when you're finished, you might want to add a little bit of vitamin E. Grapeseed oil has a lot of vitamin E, about 19% in one serving of your daily recommended requirement for vitamin E. Vitamin E is a natural preservative, so I always add a little bit into my infused oil, and I just get capsules, vitamin E capsules, and I just poke a pin in it and squeeze it into the oil, and one capsule should be enough. I'm going to need to open another jar. So this is what your oil is going to look like. I did one earlier that's rosemary, and it's good you can see this. A couple times a day, you'll need to shake your oil, and you're going to store it for 4 to 6 weeks in a sunny place, not too hot, just warm and bright. And in 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to have a lovely, lovely oil. This rosemary oil is in olive oil, and olive oil is a wonderful oil, monounsaturated fats, great for your heart, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. It's fabulous. It's very good if you use it in salads or for dipping bread. However, when you use it for cooking, it loses all of its properties. All of those healing properties are lost with the heat. So keep in mind, olive oil is best used cold. Grapeseed oil and coconut oil are two oils that are very nice for cooking because they have a high burn point. They hold on to their healing properties and all of their nutritional properties. So this is how we make infused oils. I'm also going to be making some chili and garlic infused oil tonight, and also some sage because I have those things here and I need to use them up. So thank you very much. Also, I want to let you know that we will be doing a short video on using fresh herbs for infused oil. Fresh herbs is a whole nother way of doing it, and there are some other considerations when using fresh herbs. It looks really lovely in the jar, but it can go bad if you're not very careful. So that's it for tonight. Please let me know if you are doing this, infusing your oils. Let me know how it goes. Thank you. Bye.